In today's video, I'm going to take you through a process of using lots of texture in your paintings. I've been given a commission to do three paintings for a very modern apartment, and they wanted lots of texture and neutral colours. So I thought it would be wonderful to share this with you. So welcome to my channel. If you're new here, fantastic. And if you're one of my subscribers, thank you so much. And I hope you're going to enjoy seeing this very different process for me. So grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a glass of wine and sit back and enjoy. And I hope that it will give you some ideas to do some of these textures paintings yourself, because it's certainly really enjoyable and offers lots of different possibilities. So without further ado, let's get started. So here are my three canvases that I've got. I'm just going to show you the last one. The size is 20 by 24 inches or 50 by 60 centimetres. So these are the three, but I'm going to actually start with this one. And I've already got quite a lot of texture on this, but I'm going to go over it again. And I'm using some filler. It's all in Spanish, sorry, but it's just, filler for the walls, and some water and probably a little bit of white paint. But I'm just going to cover this and see where we go from there. Okay. So I've speeded this up a little bit because the whole project took me, I think about 4 days. So it was quite a long process. Here I'm just mixing the filler with some water. I haven't got exact measurements. I'm just kind of mixing it and seeing until I get the right texture, basically. I'm sure there's some correct measurements, but I haven't used that. I'm just kind of going by instinct. And it's wonderful doing these kind of projects. There's something a little bit different from normal ditto painting. It gives you some extra ideas and inspiration, and there are so many different things that you can do. It's mind-blowing, really. And so many of them are on YouTube. You can go and investigate. But I wanted to add a little bit more to this, insofar as I want to make it not just kind of a piece of wall art, but something with lots of different kind of textures and paint effects, as you'll see as I go. So I'm just spreading this out fairly evenly across this canvas, adding a little bit of water to it. It's smoothed out, but I'm going to texture it in a minute, as you will see. So this project is really nice to do for this apartment. It's nice to do, unusual commissions, and but it's something, that if you've got a modern apartment, or somebody who has, you can, perhaps ask them if they would like something for it, or do one for yourself. And it's really worth the experiment. I'm just using a nice, actually it's a pastry, or it's a cake knife to move it out. Now I've got this little tool with a sort of like a comb tool to create some designs on it. I haven't sort of planned this. I'm just kind of going with the flow. And again, being sort of intuitive. This is a comb, which I've had for a long time, which really creates some nice patterns, and you can get some really great effects using whatever tools you might have. Be inventive. Go into the kitchen and have a look in your drawers and see what you've got that you can use that would make nice patterns on this kind of thing. It's very It's very creative. So now I'm using a little nail brush to create some texture in between the lines. And again, you can do so many different things. You can use your fingers, you can use forks, use spoons, anything that you like to give you some different effects. So this is it so far. The drying time, well, I leave it overnight. So now this is the next one. I've cut out some cardboard for this, and I'm gluing it down onto the canvas. And cardboard, again, you can do so many fantastic things with it. And I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place, but the Mod Podge glue will take a little bit of time to dry, but I wanted to really make it sturdy. And so I'm repeating the same process here. And then once it's dried, it's really solid and it holds. So it's fascinating what you can do with all these kind of things that you've got around the house. But cardboard, many different things that you can do. You'll see here that I'm going to add some other cardboard to the next one. And so I'm pressing it down here, making sure that it's really solid. So then I had this idea. I did a picture quite a while ago using some tinfoil rolls, and I thought, maybe I'll have a go with that on this. So I'm taking 3 strands and laying those in between the board, the cardboard, and then I'm going to do 2 on the side, and sticking those down. I'm not sure about them, and we'll see once I've pasted it whether I like that idea. The wonderful thing about doing any of these projects is if you do something that you don't like, you can change it. And it's not really until you do it and see, if it's going to work or not. And, don't be afraid to experiment, because you can always change it. And you'll see as I go, I change quite a few things. But, that's okay. That's part of the process of experimenting and discovering new things and what works and what doesn't. And, that applies with everything that we do with our art and our creativity. But I had this idea. I thought that it would be interesting and different, but I do change it a bit later on. So I'm going to put a little bit of music on because you can see what I'm actually doing, and then I'll come back to you shortly. So I've got a selection of colours here. I've got 2, kind of browns. These are just from the, I think your equivalent of the Dollar Tree, just for the experiment. These are kind of metallic, just nice shades of beige, and that's kind of goldy metallic. And then I've got some white and some buff. So I'm just going to go dark first on these two panels. You'll notice I took the foil off. I decided I didn't like it, so I've just put some lines in here which I like. And then I've got 3 different brushes here, different sizes, just decorators brushes. So I'm going to have a go with those. And I think I'm going to go for the brown first, and then I'm going to layer on top. So it's sort of like a khaki brown, it looks like, I think. So you can see here. Let's go with this bigger brush. I'm making it quite watery to start with, and you know, we'll have different layers. So I just want to kind of see what the colour looks like, and I want to kind of stay quite neutral colours, but you know, if I start with dark I can build the light up over the top, and I've got a nice foundation. So it's kind of quite a greeny brownness. Just so you know, I had to leave this overnight to dry before I actually started painting, and I did put a thin coat of gesso on the top before I started actually putting the colour on. And you know, it's such a process, especially with doing the 3 at the same time. And you know, I was sort of experimenting as I go. Sometimes I'd like what I did, and then sometimes I didn't. So I'm giving you the best bits. Otherwise, you'd be here all day, and this video is long enough anyway. But I hope you'll see it till the end, because it's such a fascinating way of working, and you know, I've really enjoyed doing something completely different. So here you see I'm dabbing out with a napkin, actually, not with a kitchen roll, and I'm sort of wanting to make it look a little bit like wood, and there's some lovely textures in the paste. So I'm going over it now with some mixture of black and the brown. Again, I'm going to dab all this out and get those textures. So while you're watching this, let me tell you a few things about you know, what I'm doing in between doing all my YouTube videos, and I've got quite a lot there now of all different kinds of things to help you be inspired and develop some of your skills with painting. I also have a great free mini course on abstract painting, and I'll leave the link below. That's a great little course to give you some very good basics on, you know, how to start paintings, how to use your acrylics and colour and all that kind of thing. And I've got many different courses now on my website. I think there are 14 covering all different subjects about painting, which, you know, are very much more in depth than these YouTube videos. You know, I go into a lot of explanation and lots of demos to show you exactly all the different processes. So it's worth checking out if there are some things that you'd really like to know more about and develop your skills. I've also got, which I'm really excited about, coming up very soon in May, is the first one, is a creative art and yoga retreat, which is very exciting. You know, combining painting with doing yoga actually and movement, because you know, it's all one. And if we're in a great relaxed state and we're feeling wonderful, it really helps our creativity with our painting. So I've got a great teacher coming, a yoga teacher, who's going to help us go along with that. So if you want, again, some information on that, go and check it out. It's in the description. So now I'm on to the next one, the third one. And I decided I would do something, again, a bit different. So I'm just using this plate in the middle to have a circle. And I want again some different kind of textures, but obviously kind of similar colors, so they all mix together. And I'm using the comb, so it's kind of like a sun feeling, but a design rather than necessarily just sun. So I've come back to this and everything's dried, but I decided that I don't like it. So I want to change it because I feel as if I want them to be in three and it doesn't have any coherence. So I decided I would change it. I've cut out some more cardboard. So I'm going to put the cardboard here. Maybe I'll put that there too. Not quite sure yet. So I'm covering it a little bit with some, again, some of the filler, not too thick, just to go over, you know, the design that I put on. So just smooth it out a little bit and, you know, make it such that it's going to work with the other two. So interesting how it goes. So I'm letting that dry and then I've come back again to this one and I've cut out a cardboard circle. I decided that that would work really nicely with the with the series. So again, I'm just hot gluing it, putting some glue on and then pasting over the top of this. To give it some texture and you can see, you know, how it rises above the other one. I actually put another layer on once that's dried. So I've given it a coat of paint here. I haven't gone into all the details because it was such a long process, you know, letting things dry, coming back. But I've used, you know, the colours that I've got on the original one, and that's the first coat. And I just thought it looked really different and interesting now with the different textures and this nice design of the circle and this sort of moon shape around it, and given it you know, a nice, now another coat of lighter paint. I'm going to kind of cream it down, I think, a little bit, but it's all kind of beginning to come together. So I'm painting over this a little bit. Again, I want some contrast with the colours of the three of them, so they all work together, but they're not all the same. And I kind of like these lovely soft colours. It's very different for me because I'm used to working in bright colours. So using these neutrals is new ground for me, but I'm enjoying it. And it's kind of coming together, and it's such a fun thing to do. And I really would advise, you know, having a go with it. So now I'm coming back to the one that I redid, and I put the cardboard on. I've given it a couple of coats of paint, similar to the one, you know, the first one, getting that sort of wood effect, and you can see how the you know, the colours are all blending together, and you know, I think the series of them will look great on a wall all together, but different and interesting. And you know, you can do so many different things. I mean, the more I'm exploring this whole textured theme, the more inspired I'm getting to think, oh, I could do this and I could do that. But I'm very pleased with how this is coming together. So I'm just doing some finishing touches on the on this square. Again, you know, getting some nice textures with it, and getting a nice variation, and making it slightly different to the first one, but with the same kind of feel. So I'd love to hear your comments and see if this is something that you would try yourself. You know, it's very inexpensive. You just get that wall filler and, canvases or boards, or you could even do it on cardboard, actually. So let me know what you think. So I'm coming back to this one now, all finishing touches and making sure everything is working together. So just putting a little bit of dark on the top of that. And yeah, a really interesting project. And I'm very pleased. Here you can see is the first one. That lovely wood effect. I'm really pleased with how that's worked. And it started off as cardboard. This is the one in the middle with this lovely circle and moon shape. And again, the textures have worked really well. And this is the third one. And you can see that they've turned out very interestingly. And here they are in the room. So if you've enjoyed the video, do give me a like and subscribe so you can get more videos. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you'll enjoy this whole process. Bye for now.